All right, 9.5b is kind of an in-between for 5 and 6, just to get more practice on inverse functions. So, just a reminder, we have our so, ka, toa. Okay, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Find the missing value of x. So we're finding this. So from here, this is our opposite side. This is our adjacent, and this is our hypotenuse, always opposite the right angle. Good thing to label these. Okay, so considering we have O and H, that is sine. Sine of something is opposite over H, which is 40. Okay, now what we do is we take our calculator, and we can't take the sine of something we don't know, so we're going to do the inverse sine. So again, the second sine, and then type in 30 divided by 40. Or if you recognize it, you could have just typed in 3 divided by 4. Or if you recognize it, you could have typed in 0.75. And you get this, 48.59, so 48.6 degrees. And if you just rounded it to the whole 49 degrees, that would be fine. Okay. How do we get these variables alone? Well, here we subtract 3 from both sides, okay, because we're undoing addition. Here we're undoing squaring, so we square root. Here we're kind of, undoing. We're taking the inverse sine, okay? So again, we hit the second button, but if you look above sine, cosine, tangent, we have sine -1. It's kind of hard to see. That's inverse sine. Cosine -1 exponent, and tangent -1. Those are the inverse functions. We're trying to solve for that angle. So again, here's my angle. Opposite, right next door, adjacent. That's TOA, tangent. Tangent of the unknown is opposite over adjacent. So again, we're going to type in our calculator, second tangent this time, 24 divided by 10, you just type it in here and hit enter. And we get 67.4 degrees, or if you round in the nearest whole number, it'd be 67 degrees. All right, from here, again, what do we have here? That's opposite, and this is hypotenuse, opposite the right angle. Okay, so opposite and hypotenuse is OH, that's sine. Sine of the unknown is opposite over the hypotenuse. And so again, just take our calculator, second sine, type in 15 divided by 36, and we get 24.6 degrees, 25 degrees, whole number. Now, angles of elevation and depression. So the angle of elevation is when you're looking at the top of something, all right? It is the angle, like, if you imagine this being flat and opening up and raising until that line was, if you look at the base of the tree and raise your eyes, that angle there, that you raise your eyes from the ground to the top of the tree, that's the angle of elevation. Okay? You can see it right here. Okay? Now, the angle of depression, a lot of people get this tricky, is when you're up at the top and you're looking down. Okay? And a lot of people, don't write this down, want to put it right here, but that is not true. It's this imaginary platform right here, okay? And it's the angle right here. But if you notice, this line is going to be parallel with the ground, which makes these angles equal. So the angle of elevation and the angle of depression is the same thing, alternate interior angles. So we're looking here. From here, we have opposite and we have adjacent. And it's 90 over 90, which is actually just 1. But opposite and adjacent is tangent of x, we don't know, equals 90 divided by 90, which you could type in, second tangent, or you can actually type in just 1. Because 90 divided by 90 is 1, that's a 45-degree angle right there. And if you think about it, going back to our special triangles, right? 45, 45, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. This is the diagonal of a square, basically. Just a little bit of extra knowledge. All right? 5-foot ladder, leaning against the wall. We're looking for this angle right here, the angle of elevation. So we have the adjacent angle here and the hypotenuse. That's cosine. Is adjacent, 2.5, over hypotenuse, 5. When we type in sine, no we don't. We type in second sine, the inverse of 2.5 divided by 5, whoops. And I did sine. I wrote cosine, and I got sine. That was a mistake. These things happen. Second cosine, 2.5 divided by 5, and that's 60. But if you think about it, that means that angle there is 30 degrees, and the one we are solving for was 60 degrees. This is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which makes sense because remember, the small side is doubled to get your hypotenuse. So that's a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. And that's it.